Can't wait to see them kill off all my favorite characters from the last film.
Godzilla Kids, is Manila in this? Here we go.
Manila time.
Operation fails.
Oh, it's dubbed, you.
Maybe we'll finally
That's
get to use
English.
Yeah, why is this English?
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
New threat, okay.
Is it not Godzilla? Her eye is still wrong?
I would assume there's a Godzilla in this. Okay, it's probably Ghidorah. It has gravity stuff.
There's Godzilla.
Yeah. There's like a lot of like extra spines though. It's 98 again.
No! No! Godzilla, get out of America!
Get out of
What happened to those ones?
Nothing good happens in New York City for Godzilla. Don't go there.
We're gonna go through Ellis Island.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure Ghidorah's gonna be in it 'cause it has like gravity stuff. Where is it?
Ghidorah, I've never seen instance of Ghidorah with no gravity stuff. That
like,
was
I mean, like it's called like the gravity beams, so that's what I'm assuming this is.
has to be it. I would like if it's Ghidorah. I do love Ghidorah.
I mean, it could be Space Godzilla. I mean,
That would feel weird for this series.
it'd be really funny if two separate films come to the same conclusion of Space Godzilla.
They can't be doing Space Godzilla. We can't both have Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is a hard sell, and this is like the American films. I don't know. They're not even funny or serious Godzilla anymore. They're just their own thing.
See, I wasn't sure if like I was like he was gonna do Godzilla or do Ghidorah, so he already did Ghidorah in like one of the rides he made. But I guess it's Ghidorah. He's like, yeah, when it drops down, so that's probably Ghidorah stuff.
Leg or anything?
I don't think we see anything.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I think it just falls down. This looks like a lot of like extra like spikes though, but I don't get to see a super good look of that. Yeah, but it looks like a lot of extra.
Yes, it does. That is different than he just looked. Because in the last movie, he did such the clear hammer strike on his spines. He definitely did not have those.
Yeah, it's like shoulder spikes there, and maybe some more.
They kind of fade into them.
Might be some more teeth there. Yeah, kind of hard.
A lot more spikes.
No, maybe it's just water. I thought I saw like bigger teeth or something.
Hard to tell when he's got his mouth open like that.
Are the eyes like? Does he not have eyes? Like I'm looking at that, I don't see anything in there.
I don't. In the previous movies, his eyes were fairly visible.
Yeah,
Giant and yellow, right? They were very clear when he was.
it's pretty visible. So I know Yamazaki's a big fan of GMK, and it has like the white eyes. So I wonder if this is like a GMK callback, but there's just is no eyes. I mean, the whole like top head got like blown off at the end of the last film. So maybe it just like regenerates like that. There's just like nothing there.
It just feels like a. I don't know.
I'm not seeing much. What about like the Evershot? Which like going to New York City is an absurd option.
Oh no.
I mean that's a lower shot.
A lot of trust in these guys because
Yeah. That sounds like a bad idea, and we're putting a lot of faith in Yamazaki to make that work.
yeah, that makes me really afraid.
I'm looking for the eyes. I'm not seeing any. That'd be kind of grotesque though. If it's just like empty sockets.
That honestly, the way he looks, both the dimensions of his body and just the way that the scales look, that reminds me more of Shin Godzilla than it does the one we saw in -1. Like even the walk cycle, it reminds me more of the Shin Godzilla reveal of his final form.
Yeah, but it's kind of a shin walk, but also like
I mean, obviously they're all kind of gonna move like that.
yeah.
I just think it's interesting. I wonder if he's pulling from that visually.
I mean, -1 wasn't exactly moving too fast either, to be fair. So
We saw him mostly in water in -1.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not seeing these spines though in like the Evershot. So I mean, it is a lower angle, but I feel like it should still be a little visible. I would
It would be
think.
on his shoulders.
Yeah.
His color's also a little different. He's like got a golden hue to him here.
I mean, it was like a little bit of brown. There's definitely like some sunlight coming through.
Yeah, maybe it's a sunrise.
I do also have like a figure of his vein like on my desk, so like I've kind of been staring at it for like a year now. So
Are they
I have it
like
I have it pretty burned into my brain of like what -1 looks like.
okay, I trust you. If it
So
comes to how these are modeled, I trust you.
yeah, I don't. That might just be chic. I don't think there's any eyes, which is kind of freaky. I assume the mouth can still open if we're hearing like roars and all that. But that's interesting. So like, is Godzilla just gonna like sense things for like echolocation, or just like
I wonder why
sniffing
they
it out?
advertise a new threat without showing us the new threat. Unless they did. Unless there's
I don't think they did.
two
There's like
Godzillas.
there's like maybe like 5 shots in this trailer, and I didn't see anything ever in Godzilla. Yeah, let's see.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use
Yeah, I think it's like the same destruction shot. 49.
Dub, or do you think that that's?
Oh, that's true. It could just be like American actors. Yeah.
I mean, especially after the New York City reveal.
Where's like the JP Toho? See, I wonder if that's.
to use it.
Oh, that might actually just be like English.
Maybe we'll finally get to use it.
Oh yeah, it is like.
It's English. There's English
There's actually
movie.
there might be Americans in this film.
There's gonna be Americans in this film.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Get it? That could be. I don't know. We've had. It looks like it kind of looks like Mothra. Maybe.
Oh, it's plausible.
It's like that's like the little antennas and everything. There's like the bluish eye.
She's the different colors though. She's usually an orange girly.
That's true. There's no wings. But like my gut instinct just like said Mothra, but yeah, I'm not seeing other Mothra stuff. That's also like a severe lack of legs.
Now remind me, in the last film, the very last shot where we saw his lover was alive again, was the part of her body that was messed up and had the Godzilla residue her neck or her eyeball?
It was going up her neck, and I think she had bandages like around that side of her face. So it's still like on this side, but we don't get to see like the side of her neck, which I think is probably intentional.
Yeah, that has to be. I don't remember her state at the end of the movie enough to remember if we did see both of her eyes and half her face, or if they have the leeway to imply maybe she did lose an eye.
I think her eye was covered
All
up.
of her Godzilla powers now.
She's gonna have her Godzilla power. She's gonna summon Godzilla. Well, actually,
Her spikes that come out of her back.
this could explain something. If Godzilla doesn't have eyes, maybe Godzilla is just going to like where like he could sense her.
His eyes.
Like yeah, maybe like he's just going like where she is. Like I can feel there's like part of me over here. I'm gonna just go there.
Wait, I kind of hope that's true.
That might be kind of cool actually. If it's like they can't,
Silly.
if like they like so like if Koichi doesn't want to get like involved in Godzilla stuff again, like Godzilla's like naturally going towards like his family. He doesn't have a choice. It's gonna be like him getting dragged back into it.
He tries to move to New York to get away from
Yeah.
it all, but then he follows him to.
That could actually be some really cool like character drama. It's like he really just wants to like be at peace, but Godzilla just won't let him.
All right, we're at 1949 as well.
Yeah, so we're not at 54 yet.
No, I don't know enough about that year in the context of Japan or the United States to know if there's anything specific about that year.
Well, the war is like pretty well over by that point. Like I think Japan is still like mostly under like U.S. control.
It's been done for 4 years by that point.
So I remember, like with Godzilla 54 coming out when it did, it was because that's when censorship finally started to let up a bit more, and like the U.S. was like kind of letting Japan do its thing.
It was also like right after the Bikini Atoll. And
Yeah, but I think they were planning like the film like before that happened. It just happened to go on like when they were starting filming. I think is how it went.
Ah, that makes sense. I was gonna say, because they have, like, they're only months apart, I believe.
Yeah. Now, that opening shot is definitely a Bikini Atoll reference. Like, there's, there's no way that's a coincidence.
Wasn't Bikini Atoll, like, a uninhabited island, though?
It
Like,
was,
that
but, like,
might be...
the bomb was so big that it went outside, like, the safety zone, and, like, some fishermen got exposed, and that's, like, the Lucky Dragon incident.
I do know about that. I thought that the opening shot was either the devastation of the spot Godzilla messed up the last time, or maybe a reference to Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but that doesn't make as much sense thematically with Godzilla having shown up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, at least, like, from what I remember, it's a Lucky Dragon reference, or it's an insane coincidence. Like, it depends on filming schedules. Like, films do, like, get filmed and, like, sent out a lot faster back then than they do now.
This is true.
So, so yeah, I'm guessing the side of her face is absolutely messed up. It also could be, like, a Serizawa reference, maybe.
Oh.
Like, she could be, like, in a sacrificial role, or, like, she wants to, like, kind of sacrifice herself over Godzilla to, like, free her family,
I
potentially.
kind of hope that's not her theme, because Sacrifice, which was her theme in the first movie, that got resolved. I kind of hope we don't see that repeated.
Like, I don't think it's gonna repeat for Koichi, but I think there could be, like, a tension between them, maybe.
Maybe. I'd
But also,
also really
I don't
like...
want her to, like, actually sacrifice herself. That kind of goes against, like, the theme of, like, the last film.
I know, and that'd be weird. It'd be odd if they do that. I try. The last film was so good. I'm really putting a lot of faith into them. But
Yeah,
my hopes are high.
there's a lot of ideas here, but, like, I'm a little iffy about. It's like, oh, Ghidorah has, like, gravity powers to go into New York City. It's like some of these ideas are, a little worrisome, but that last one was so good. I'm really I'm trusting them to
To be
handle it.
honest, I'm actually excited for the gravity powers because that's one, new, two, in the short snippet we saw, they looked really good.
I mean, yeah, I did look kind of cool.
Yeah, pull us back to that because I was not disappointed. Especially in the context of him being a pilot, that is a
Yeah, like
very
trying to fly through this
distinct
with, like, different, like,
obstacle.
yeah, like different, like, gravity fields pulling you, and, like, there's, like, debris in there.
Flying was his lifeline in the last film, so if he's just completely incapacitated from that, he's gonna have to solve this in a different way. I like that as an obstacle.
One thing that's making me think it might not be Ghidorah is, like, this is, like, a lot of, like, blue energy, when, like, Ghidorah is, very typically yellow and, like, golden.
You pull up earlier instances of Ghidorah's gravity energy because I have never seen it. In all of the things you've shown me with Ghidorah in it, gravity has never been one of the focuses they've had.
I mean, it usually just kind of looks like lightning, to be fair. I mean, like,
So
the very
curious.
first Ghidorah film, where, like, the comet of Ghidorah shows up and has, like, a gravitational, or, like, kind of magnetic pull, but,
Hmm.
like, gravity is, like, kind of underutilized, but I'm pretty sure it is, like, I'm, like, pretty sure that's, like, the
I
actual
hope
name of
so.
it. Or I'm just, like, insane, losing my mind.
You've seen one too
Okay,
many.
it
You're
is
losing
gravity
track.
beams. Yeah, I don't think they actually, like, make it gravity for whatever reason.
Right.
But yeah, gravity beams in GMK.
And that's not a translation thing either. It does basically mean
It,
gravity in Japanese as well.
I think so. I'd have to actually, like, read this instead of just, like, Control F. How to do with gravity beams? Like, I think it just says they're gravity beams, so I'm assuming with how many times it's mentioned, it's probably
Okay.
accurate.
Okay.
I guess the only times of Godzilla Earth, like, like, Ghidorah's like a planet eater kind of thing.
I've
Like,
seen
that's
Godzilla
probably
Earth.
the most, like, gravity-esque thing Ghidorah's done.
It looks really cool, but that is a different visual.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing that. I'm pretty sure Ghidorah's gonna be, like, a physical, like, character. Okay, here's, like, the thing. Golden lightning bolt, like, gravity beams. Okay, so it's definitely, that's, like, pretty clear.
It looks like they have a picture of it too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, like, it's yellow goldenish. I think it's usually how it is, so I mean, they could also just, like, change the color. I
it
mean,
could
we've
be
had
new.
Godzilla beams in, like, every single color at this point, so
Not untrue. Purple's my favorite.
Or maybe like it's still like the old gravity beams, and then just like this like effect is just blue.
That's true. They could always change stuff later on. They like maybe Ghidorah is in this shot and they just edit him out so we can't tell. That's a thing that's totally doable.
But I can't think of anyone else who would do this unless it's just like an original monster. But Toho likes money, so I don't think they're gonna say that. I think they're gonna.
My next question was gonna be, do you think it'll be a new monster? Because like I rip on them a lot, but the the American Godzilla series, I love the Mutos. I think they're incredible. I love their
The
design. I
Muchos
love
do
their
go
name.
hard, and I miss them dearly.
They're so good. I would love to see the Mutos come back. There's no way that they can. But I love the Mutos, and I don't mind if we see something new. Of course, there's plenty of old things they could. There is
Yeah.
no shortage of kaiju they can pull from. I will say though, I am thrilled there's no Mothra on screen. I really hope she's not here.
I mean, they have been saying like I think the synopsis is like it's something more terrifying than Godzilla, so I don't think it's Mothra at that point.
Good.
I don't think
Though
Mothra is
more
gonna be a
terrifying than
terrifying
Godzilla.
menace.
You could throw basically any of the creatures as that. I mean, there's some easy ones like this isn't Biollante.
Yeah.
This probably isn't Rodan.
I feel like Rodan would be more of like a wind kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like this is
Yeah.
definitely not how wind looks. I don't know,
Oh,
could be
I
Jet
wonder-
Jaguar, you never know.
Girl,
Jet
if it's
Jaguar's
Jet
a real
Jaguar,
menace.
I don't know
In
what I will
1949.
do if it's Jet Jaguar. It could be.
I'm trying to think
hope
of like who
so.
has like a blue like energy effect that isn't like Godzilla.
Who's blue? Maybe it is Godzilla.
That'd be a
Maybe
very like
that's what they're gonna throw at us.
this would be a deep cut by like versus Mechagodzilla. Godzilla just have like magnetism powers. Well, that would be a direction to take it without a
These aren't
Mechagodzilla.
magnetic things.
Yeah, it's like some of this just looks like cement, like some wood and all of that. I don't know. My gut reaction's definitely Ghidorah here. Like, it just feels like a gravity kind of thing. Like, like the beams shoot at the buildings and buildings go up.
Can you go back to the scene where it's the Americans talking about the new weapon?
Yeah, I didn't really catch like
They
what
say
they were
something like
saying.
that, right?
They're talking about some kind of operation or something.
Because I'm thinking,
If their operation
what if
fails,
we're doing Mecha Godzilla?
Okay, so like,
maybe we'll finally get to use it.
if the operation
I
fails, then
think
we'll
we
finally
might
get to
be doing
use it.
Mecha Godzilla.
Okay, yeah, I would think about that, but they also just did Mechagodzilla in the ride. And Yamazaki was saying, I don't think I'm going to do Mechagodzilla in the Minus universe, so I'm going to put him in the ride. So, like, I'm thinking it's probably not Mechagodzilla, but I'm wondering if it's, like, some kind of Oxygen Destroyer thing.
It's not a bad. I'd love if we brought back the Oxygen Destroyer. How is that like so important and like just never shows up again?
Hey, like, it showed up in King of the Monsters, and then nothing came of it.